So I don't know why any parent would let their child or their children go to school in any place where they know the terrorists have such commanding presence. What are you thinking? What are you doing? You didn't have to wait for the government to close down all these unity schools. You didn't have to wait for someone to tell you before you come and start crying for sympathy all over social media. You already know that the terrorists have such upper hand in Nigeria. They hold press conferences. They are invited in their hundreds to come and have peace meetings, wielding their AK-47s and RPGs and all kinds of weapons. And nobody does anything. They even take selfies. They even live stream some of their executions. They showcase the money they have taken from ransom. They do all of this. Nobody traces, nobody does anything. Even our soldiers are coming out from Nigeria saying every time, the videos are all over the place, that they see these guys and want to shoot them, and they usually get an order, don't shoot. And they're so frustrated, and they're making videos about it. Guys, okay, so let me not go there. And so, why do you think President Trump is so bent on intervening in Nigeria, so insistent on making sure that this cancer of terrorism against Christians is completely cut off? Why do you think he's doing that? Now, let me tell you why. So, first of all, President Trump has this record. This is who he is. I think if you ask me as a Christian, I would say this man is a Cyrus. During his first term in office, for people who may not know, he actually designated Nigeria and told them that they needed to stop killing. He told Buhari to his face that he needed to stop killing Christians. So this is who he is. He just sees himself as a defender of religious freedom. In fact, when he designated Nigeria the first time, he made it clear that even the Shia that were being persecuted in Nigeria at that time, that they should be allowed to worship whoever they wanted to worship without anybody attacking them. His focus was on Nigeria of Nigerian Christians, because Nigerian Christians were being persecuted far more, are still being persecuted far more. So he's a defender of religious liberty. That's number one reason. The second reason is the threat that these terrorists potentially pose to the rest of Africa, and by extension, the state of Israel. You can imagine the rate at which they are advancing and coming down towards the south. They have almost conquered the rest of northeast, northwest. They are now in the middle belt, and they're now heading towards the southwest. Just yesterday, I stumbled on a video of Are Onakakanfo Gani Adams saying that they have infiltrated all the forests in the southwest. He said it clearly.
We got an information on a very serious authority that we have been highly infiltrated in the southwest.
There is already an infiltration.
Infiltration.
By who?
By these terrorists in most of the communities in Yoruba land. You know, Kogi and Kwara, just like a buffer zones to southwest. And what they are doing in Kogi and Kwara is just a test of ground to start the major attacks in the southwest. The information in our disposal is that they want to attack Oyo, Ekiti, Ondo, and Lagos State.
He didn't mince words. So when they finish with that, where do you think they're going next? They will muster all their strength and all their forces and hit hard on the southeast or eastern Nigeria. And you know why? Of all the three major tribes in Nigeria, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, the Igbos are the only ones who have staunchly vehemently resisted the introduction and imposition and spread of Islam in their territory. They have resisted it vehemently. Till this day, Igbos make up 99 point something percent Christian or animist or traditional worshippers. And that's why they don't take Igbos for granted. They're going to plan well. They're going to use everything within their power, and they will invade and they will hit, and they will hit from every corner and make sure that everything bows to them so that they can take. But you know the caveat here. Going to Igbo land isn't just about taking them because of the fact that they have not allowed Islam to thrive. There is something, the oil. The eastern part of Nigeria is the oil belt. And everybody is scared that the moment they lay a hold on the oil belt, that Abuja will be the next one that will fall. And when that happens, you have a whole nation, the most populous black nation on earth, with the biggest oil wealth you can think of in Africa, in the hands of terrorists. Do you see how quickly they will spread their extremist ideology across the continent of Africa? And how that they will now be able to fund serious attacks on Israel. Israel will probably be the hardest hit from what will happen in Nigeria. And you know that Trump has made himself, clearly doesn't even hide it, as the #1 defender of Israel. So you see African country presidents that are concerned are calling Trump, I'm pretty sure, putting him under pressure. He himself also knows what will happen to Israel if the terrorists are allowed to advance further into the east, take over the oil wealth of Nigeria, and now start using it. Look at, there have been people implicated from different reports, even the UAE report, as sponsors. These sponsors are people taking money from the oil of Nigeria, oil wealth of Nigeria, to sponsor. And look at how far they've gone. Imagine when they now own the thing by themselves. President Tinubu himself knows. One of them made a video recently and said that his wife should be killed because he's a Christian. How can you be a Muslim leader and your wife is a Christian? They said by law, properly, that she should die. So the man knows what he just got himself into. I don't want to say too much, but at the end of the day, you will see that Tinubu himself is quietly, indirectly seeing that this is way too much for him. This is why he is not doing anything to them, because they are too strong for him. The man is just quietly developing his Southwest. Just take whatever he can take and develop Southwest. But as per all the status quo, the stuff that Buhari brought and left, all the disaster, all the ideological extremism that Buhari brought, he just allowed it to go because that would probably may have been the agreement. Don't touch us, don't try. If you try, you're going to be in trouble. And so he just allowed them. But now he sees that this snake that these guys have been feeding is growing too big that he will swallow both the Southwest, the East, and everybody. And I'm not surprised that Nuhu Ribadu, the Nigerian security advisor, has now gotten to a point where there's an agreement between Nigeria and the USA that America should come and intervene. I hope I haven't said too much. And I also hope you must have gotten something from this. The hour has come. By the special grace of God, there will be intervention. And it's going to be surgical. And it's going to save everybody. For those of you who say, oh, Muslims also get killed. Now, when they come to take the terrorists out, they will take them out and make sure they don't kill Muslims. They're not coming to stop terrorists from killing Christians. They will stop them from killing anybody, from killing Christians and killing Muslims. And that's why we must all welcome this new development, that America is going to come and take care of this and surgically remove this cancer. God bless you and God keep you.